Blackpink shaded by the French? RoseKook debunked? aespa's reaction to a twice Lightstick at their concert. But who is responsible for paying for legal actions against malicious commentators? Attrakt's new girl group project, more RIIZE shenanigans, and so much more on today's episode of Totally Legit K-pop News with Angelina. So if you're interested, then please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. And you can also skip through to any subject that you would like using the timestamps below. Blings are mad because a French newspaper called Blackpink's concert in France the worst concert of the summer in what they called a subjective ranking that will make some happy, some jealous, and some unhappy. On September 2nd, Le Parisien wrote a critique of Blackpink's concert in an article titled Mylène Farmer, Beyoncé, Blackpink, The Weekend. We ranked the summer concerts from worst to best. Now, I actually do speak French, but this is behind a literal paywall. But don't worry, I have my ways. Now you might be thinking, I've heard this before. Isn't this old news? Didn't this happen months ago? No. Yes, actually. This is a new article, but this is definitely not Le Parisien's first time encountering blinks. Because actually, yes, a couple months back in July, they did go to Blackpink's concert and critique it with this article that has the tagline. The group was in their stop in France on Saturday night for their only European date. A show of 2 hours long that ravished fans, but not us. Just the ... but not us. Now, if that tagline alone wasn't enough to give any inexperienced K-pop fan a heart attack, wait till you find out that they called BTS the masculine version of Blackpink. But they did have a long list of complaints in the first article, notably that it was quite expensive to attend, valid, that they played videos on the big screen for around 40 minutes, that the fans were loud. But back to the most recent article, which is seemingly a take back to that original article as they rank the best and worst concerts that happened this summer. So they're ranking Blackpink number 16, which is the last place, right behind Metallica. But there are many others at the bottom of the list, including The Who, Guns N' Roses, Imagine Dragons. Then we start going up the list with Rammstein, Pokora, Soprano, Harry Styles, Bruce Springsteen, Depeche Mode, Pink, Mylène Farmer, Beyoncé, and number 1 is The Weeknd. It's not because we have the public to easily fill up the Stade de France that we had the show to go with it. So these were their thoughts as they were leaving the concert of these Korean K-pop phenomenons. But if the fans are screaming alongside the group, crying and dancing, this quartet of ladies have some trouble being convincing. Citing textbook choreographies? I'm having flashbacks to my cancellation in 2019, give me a minute. A lack of interactions, with members often walking in front of each other. It also seems that the video cameras were not the most stable, with too many intermissions that broke up the rhythm of the show. Jennie also seems to have left the stage at one point for no reason. And overall, they just felt that the show didn't live up to the popularity of these young Koreans. So now they did originally get backlash when they released the original article back in July, but it seems they are in the headlines once again. So let's see what some K-netizens had to say in response to this. So this Naver article says Blackpink's concert named worst performance after lip sync, lazy dancing, and messy choreography in Paris, and member leaves mid-stage. I don't remember reading anywhere that said lip syncing or lazy dancing. Yeah, it really looked like they were lazy with the dancing. The least you can do is not make your fans feel like it was a waste of money. Don't hold concerts if you're just going on stage to kill time to make money. France is a country full of egotistical people and a supremacy culture. They will always hate K-pop while praising Canadian artists and their own. A journalist whose taste is The Weeknd? Yeah, this was just, it wasn't it. It was embarrassing, to be honest. The perfection they had in their debut days is gone. They lack practice, rehearsals, communication between members. The performance exposed the fact that they haven't been rehearsing together, especially with rumors of Lisa leaving. Jisoo's skills, as always, never seem to get better either, so it's not even worth mentioning anymore. Just look at Beyonce's concert. There are clips all over YouTube. The scale and quality is amazing. K-pop is popular now, but still growing. Even if they can't hold concerts at the scale, at least call up famous experts to do the composition properly. I've been seeing a lot of clips from Blackpink's concert lately, but it's clear they've lost their roots. If even people like you and me can see it, just imagine what experts must be seeing. So there are a lot of negative comments in this post in particular, but I do remember reading Panchoa's article about this. And the comments are a little bit different, so whenever whenever BP achieves a new record, they always release news like that. Don't you know what those forced hate virality articles are doing? They're the one top group, so the haters are trying to force hate on them. The actual reactions were freaking good. Yeah, in reality, they sold out their US and European shows. They had explosive reactions, so people are trying to hate, right? But this was the only place where they had bad reviews, and the rest of the places all had positive reviews. Look at them reporting only the negative parts to make some breaking news. Opinions are only subjective, though. What? So that is a really good point, right? I, in the past, have definitely said some stuff about K-pop concerts, particularly when it comes to K-pop idols lip syncing at concerts. I just think it's unacceptable. But at the end of the day, it's oftentimes not the people who are attending these concerts who are complaining, but outsiders who see these concerts. But it is true that it is really subjective. So I do have a question to ask you, especially since it is behind a paywall. I mean, the average person, the vast majority of you, I don't think there's one person watching this right now who would have paid to even read the article to begin with. But it's causing buzz because it is a critique about Blackpink. I've given I've given free critiques about Blackpink and it has not ended well. So my question is, to what extent is it okay for someone to share their experience at a concert, good or bad? Because if it was messy, if it wasn't up to what they were expecting, it is possible. It is possible that it doesn't meet everybody's standards. Now, don't get me wrong. I thought the article was a little weird to read. There was some interesting undertones, shall we say. And I'm definitely not defending that, but I do want to ask you guys, to what extent is it okay to critique something? A lot of people have pointed out that this isn't the first time that Blackpink have been critiqued for their concerts. So truly, what are the ethics behind critiquing a concert? Why do you think people sometimes draw a line? Let me know in the comments below. I always get shocked when I watch a movie review or I watch, sports commentary and I'm like, oh, I can't believe they're saying such negative things about these people in these movies. And then I realize, oh, it's literally just a critique. My K-pop brain can't. I feel like I've gotten so used to K-pop's toxic positivity that the most minor critiques I sometimes take as utmost hate. And I'm literally on the other end sometimes giving these critiques, and then I get confused why people are mad that I'm giving the critiques. And I'm like, no, it's this whole cycle. So there was a video going viral on TikTok that was seemingly showing Rose from Blackpink and BTS's Jungkook together. So let's watch it. Okay. So it looks like it's Rose and Jungkook together. Then they're pointing out the similar interior on their cars. Okay. So this has 11.9 million views as of right now. I can already smell my comment section. You only report on BTS when it's negative. Listen, I'm doing God's work right now by debunking this. Well, Koreaboo's doing God's work by debunking this. So let's check out the fact checking about this dating evidence. So the first thing, there's a white line around Jungkook's hat, which is apparently a telltale sign of editing. I didn't know that. If it's a telltale sign, you'd think people would edit that out. I don't know. I'm not saying it's real. I know that it's fake, but I didn't know it was a telltale sign. Anyways, they managed to find the original photos, which were actually taken back in 2019 when Jimin and Jungkook were in London. And then of course we have the exact photograph that was photoshopped with the exact photo of Rosie where she was apparently with Talia Ryder on the streets of New York in 2021. Now the next set of proof that's being debunked is the fact that they have the similar car interior, which a lot of people are pointing out is simply just the fact that well, shit, it's a similar car interior. Some people have the same car. I don't know. Fans quickly pointed out that it was normal for idols to have the same kind of car when traveling to and from schedules, especially if it involves greeting fans. It wouldn't surprise me that there's a car standard in the idol industry. But then it seems they're pointing out that they might have been at the same hotel when traveling. Both of them were at a Harry Styles concert. Everyone was at the Harry Styles concert. I definitely love ridiculous dating rumors, but when it comes to photoshopping people, it's not really fun anymore. I want you to point me out something ridiculous, they use the same emoji 2 months apart in separate Instagram posts, or I feel like that's quite innocent. Of course there are people who are going to debunk these Photoshop pictures. However, I know there are people who are going to just watch it once, never come back to it again, never see anyone debunk it, and believe it for the rest of their lives. I feel like I've done that with a couple of things in my life, just blindly believed something so ridiculous, and then years later, you're like, oh, I'm stupid as shit. Now let's talk about aespa, who are gaining attention for their reaction to a bright red twice Lightstick ruining their beautiful purple ocean. Of course, the story isn't as dramatic as it seems, but this was during their Boston stop of their tour, so let's check it out.
I'm just personally curious. The one with the red lightstick, who do you
So of course, some of them start doing some of the choreography. Of course, a lot of people are praising aespa for this, but there are also a lot of people who think that it's so inappropriate to bring a different artist Lightstick to another artist concert. So I'll leave you with that question. Let's fight in the comments. Is it appropriate? I know I've asked this before, but it's an age-old question. What are the ethics of bringing a different group's Lightstick to another group's concert? I don't think a group or an idol in particular is ever going to berate someone for doing that, because that would gain them a lot of backlash. Like, how could you do that to your fans? But let me know in the comments below. As if RIIZE isn't going through enough right now, the group has officially made their debut with Get a Guitar, but it seems that member SungChan has made a comment about sushi that is leaving people questioning him. So this was apparently during a pre-recording of Music Core where they were interacting with fans, and he said that he prefers sushi over pizza before he changed his mind and like did an X with his arms. That was literally it. That's the extent of it. There's no other context as far as what he said or did. But it seems it garnered some backlash, so here's why. This statement, as dissected by netizens on an online forum, reportedly reflects SungChan's concern about the reported dangers of consuming raw fish following Japan's recent radioactive wastewater release from the Fukushima nuclear power facility into the Pacific Ocean. I didn't think of that at all. I thought maybe he just didn't, he just realized he didn't want to eat sushi. I don't even know. So for further context about the situation, Japan since August 24th has been discharging treated wastewater into the Pacific Ocean. And this is because in 2011, there was a tsunami that severely damaged their nuclear plant. And they've been having to pump in a lot of water to cool down the nuclear reactor's fuel rods. This means every day the plant produces contaminated water, which is stored in massive tanks. With more than 1,000 tanks having been filled by now, Japan says that it needs the land occupied by the tanks to build new facilities to safely decommission the plant. They also point out that the tanks could collapse in a natural disaster. Here's the thing, there are entities that are saying that the treated water is totally fine and it won't have any effect on the ocean or its inhabitants. But of course, there are other entities who are completely against this. But most notably, the fishing industry is particularly concerned, as they fear consumers will avoid buying seafood. So that's the situation in a nutshell. I don't know it wholeheartedly, so I will leave some articles linked below if you want to learn more about it. Japanese fans took to social media and left words such as, "I can't believe he just naturally made a remark downgrading Japan when his fellow Japanese member Shotaro was right there. Japan and South Korea will never be able to improve their relations. This is about 10,000 times worse than the Sushi Land comment. Has he forgotten that Shotaro is Japanese?" So it seems because of this that his name was trending on Twitter in Japan. And K-netizens responded to this fact by basically being like, if it's dangerous, then Shotaro shouldn't eat it either. I don't know why they think this is a debate about nationalism. I will remember SungChan's name from now on. He can think. Why is he getting hate? He is only being careful. Isn't Shotaro just a scapegoat for all those haters? Save Shotaro. Shouldn't Shotaro not eat it either? You should all be careful and just not eat it. LOL, then how will you defend your stance about the waste discharge? It hasn't been long since the waste discharge, so it's natural for people to be careful. Okay, you can all eat a bunch of it, go ahead. I don't think Shotaro would be happy about eating it either, question mark, question mark, question mark. I've only heard a little bit about the wastewater release from the Fukushima nuclear power plant facility, so there's really not anything I can say about it, but as usual, let me know your thoughts about this. I have a comeback announcement. We have to check this out together. This is so exciting. So they have announced their first EP, IVE Mine, and they have dropped teasers for 3 new songs. This is the beauty of 5th gen, guys. 5th gen's oversaturation with too many pre-releases. We're here for it though. These look so cute, like they literally scanned someone's notebook. I love it. It looks so adorable. These teasers look so cute, which makes me wonder what kind of concept they're gonna come out with. Of course, teasers mean nothing anymore. Teasers are a lie. Teasers have given us trust issues because they never end up being what you think they're going to be. But I have faith that IVE are going to give us baddie. Oh, my heart. Off the record, right? This late night conversation. No more time. No more kill my vibe. Leave the forbidden island. Find forbidden trust. I can't fucking read this. Find forbidden fruit. Make it round on the ground. We're talking about the late night conversation. So this is my time. Love me, everyday killing. Moon is setting tonight. Your eyes looking deep in the eyes. I'm really excited for this, to be honest. I am a late bloomer when it comes to being an IVE stan. Maybe I'm a baby dive, I don't know, let's not confirm it yet, but this is pretty exciting. Now let's move on to my little segment, K-pop shenanigans, which is basically fun little things that have happened in K-pop recently. We have Hwasa, who opened up her own TikTok account. BB is also gaining attention for this photo going around of her seemingly kissing a fan in the middle of a performance. Purple Kiss have released their music video for Seven Heaven. RIIZE have revealed their fandom name, which is Suns. So, Suns, who will always make RIIZE shine brightly from the same place and mature together with RIIZE. Please continue to show great support for RIIZE. I think that is such a clever name. Sunrise, it goes perfectly together. And I'm not being biased because I like Wonbin, okay? I swear to God, I'm not. We have 10 A2K finalists who are going to Korea. Yuna Gonzalez, Melissa Caddis, KG, Kaylee Lee, Lexus Vang, Kendall Elling, Savannah Collins, Christina Lopez Sandiford, Gina de Bochere, and Camila Ribot Valdez. Amidst all of the legal drama with 50/50 and their company Attrakt, it seems that the company is just going to cut their losses and make a new girl group. Obviously, I'm kidding about cutting their losses, but they do have a new girl group project in mind. On September 4th at midnight, KST Attrakt officially announced that a new girl group project was coming soon. The company also unveiled a teaser photo for the upcoming project, which you can check out below. So just Attrakt new girl group project. It seems like K-netizens are super ecstatic about this, that they would of course support this after everything that happened with 50/50, that poor CEO. They will probably be even more successful now since they were able to bring C-tier kids to Billboard with their mid-sized company strength. By the way, Cupid was chosen by CEO John, and An Sang-il didn't participate in the producing at all. It was a song written by a Swedish student. You just need to release something, I'll be listening to it. Are they going to make a survival project? I feel like it will create buzz. I support you. Wow, this is it. So I did want to ask you guys about this because, of course, 50/50 have broken so many records. They have done things that some could only dream of, and they kind of came from nowhere essentially. I've never heard of Attrakt ever in my life, but you can't escape 50/50. Now, is this something that you could necessarily recreate? Because when it comes to something like one-hit wonders, there's a reason why they're one-hit wonders. They were never able to recreate that buzz from the first time that something really blew up. So I think it's fine to make a new girl group, but I really wonder and question, you know, what the success is going to be like. Like the first comment says they were able to bring C-tier kids to Billboard with their mid-sized company strength. But isn't that ultimately up to luck? At the end of the day, if anyone could achieve that, they'd be achieving that. I think it is up to luck. That's my opinion. You can let me know what you think about that. With or without the lawsuit, I've always wondered, how would 50/50 come back from Cupid? How would they top that? Would they ever be able to top that? Have you ever wondered if a company had a malicious commentator department within their company? Think about a K-pop company. Of course they have lawyers. There's no doubt about it. They have lawyers. Are the lawyers in-house? Do they only call the lawyers when they need them? Is there a certain specific department within the company that is specifically for law-related things? I mean, I don't know. Why would I know? Nevertheless, it seems that there's a possibility that when a company goes after malicious commentators, that it's at the expense of the idols themselves. So Daisy, ex-member of Momoland, had a tweet that recently gained some traction, so let's check it out. One of the funnier things you see on the list of an idol's expenses is money for suing mean comments. LOL. I literally told them to stop spending money there because I would rather not pay for that. So it seems she might have gotten a little bit of backlash saying like, you know, where do you think the money would have come from? So she responded to the tweet saying, totally get the people saying, well, who else's money would it be coming from? But like, it would have been nice if there was an option to just not. Someone responded saying, nah, y'all should not be paying for that at all. Don't listen to those people. Responsibility falls on the company, period. They're supposed to be taking care of you guys regardless. And she responds, to be honest, I agree. I have to cushion the fuck out of all of my opinions because everyone has so much to say. Of course, the internet is a horrible place to be. You can't say anything on the internet without someone taking offense to it because somehow that affects their life and you are personally attacking them because you said that one thing. This is, of course, outside of the scope of literally saying something offensive. And especially in K-pop, there are some reels or TikToks or shorts that I post where I don't say much of anything, where I say literally something neutral. I could be like, Somi said that JYP vocals and YG vocals are different. Fan war in the comments. Don't know how we got here, but all hell literally broke loose, and I didn't. It's not even my fault this time, I swear to God. But I digress. Someone else responded to her, that's so? I didn't think they were actually serious about it. And she responds, who knows? There was no proof that they were suing anyways. So of course, I'm not gonna look too much into what she said unless she says what she said. But I could totally picture a company just adding, you know, random things to the idol's bill and calling it a day. So that's very interesting. I just never really thought that it would be an idol's responsibility. I'm sure there's some people who are being like, well, who else would it? The company, literally? That sounds like a business expense to me. Listen, I know some crooked people in this world, and you see these people get away with so much. Imagine what companies are doing. Don't get me started. It definitely puts into question other companies' practices if they themselves take on the burden of paying for these legal fees, or if they put it on their idols. I'm very curious about that. To be the fly on the arm of someone in that legal office. Ending off with our K-pop song of the day. So I'm going to be recommending U-Kiss's Believe. I really wanted to recommend AT's Answer, but I'm like, okay, let's try for some songs that you guys likely haven't heard before. So Believe is probably one of my favorite K-pop songs ever. I have a playlist of my all-time faves. But there's something about Believe. It is just so like, it takes you to a different universe for sure, and it has such cute lyrics. Isn't it kind of a club banger though? I've never been to a club, but like you can dance to it for sure. Think about it, don't hesitate. I believe we could be a perfect fit. I won't do napping it. See you again. Good night. I should have been on A2K. Holy no, but it's a really cute love song about like, you know, why can't you see my heart? Why don't you know my heart? I only see you. Don't think that the start and end goes around in circles. Then your heart will be shut tight. Ah! Such second gen beauty. Please check it out. Let me know what you think. If you already love it, let me know as well. But that is basically it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. As for me, I'm going to get going, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Think about it. Don't hesitate. I believe we could be a perfect fit. I won't do napping jit. See you again. Good night. Kiss. Get it?